Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we're back with more variable barricade. Bird, you cannot shove your whole entire fucking body under my headset. Please stop. Jesus Christ, I love him, but he drives me bonkers. Anyway, so we started Shion's route in the last part. We're continuing. We're starting the new equal footing chapter or whatever, and I will read you. We forgot to read what the little snippet was before, but it is. Shion's former patrons send him gift after gift, which he accepts without a second thought. But dun dun dun. So that's that. I just pulled up my last recording and I was like, let me pause there and read it for you. And there you go, because I might forget after we're done with this. So anyway, I'm home, or I'm home. I'm home. What? Is this seriously that super high quality A5 grade Japanese beef? I heard someone screaming the minute I got home from school. When I looked into the living room, I saw everyone freaking out about something. What's going on? Bust out that fine china, lady, because we're eating good tonight. Shion got a fancy gift from one of his friends. A fancy gift? And check it out! There's high quality Japanese beef, horse sashimi. Whoa, horse sashimi. Whoa, no. That sounds, no. That sounds gross. Don't. Foie gras and even caviar. I'm surprised he knows how to say foie gras. It doesn't matter how we got them. Good ingredients are good ingredients. I'll make something scrumptious with these. I really hope the horse thing isn't actual horses and it's just, like, you know what I mean? Because that sounds disturbing, and no, I'm not here for that. But isn't foie gras, isn't that like freaking like a duck liver or some shit? It's something like, it's some kind of liver or some kind of other organ where you're like, ew, when you say it, you're like, oh, it's foie gras, it's fancy. And you're like, yeah, but when you know what it is, it sounds disgusting. Same with like caviar, those are fish eggs. They kind of put like some of that like stuff on top of sushi, so you're like, oh, don't tell me about it. But like, there's certain things you just don't want to know that you're eating, okay? When we were a kid, we had tongue before, like beef tongue, like an actual cow's fucking tongue, which sounds disgusting. And I mean, legitimately, it's kind of gross, but it tastes like ham, so like, it doesn't taste bad. I mean, it doesn't really taste much different than corned beef, to be honest. Less like salty though, but like, corned beef kind of tastes hammy. But that's just beef that's treated somehow. I don't know. Look, I don't. But like, fancy people food is like always disturbing. Like, disturbing. I mean, like, look at lobsters. They might taste good, but they're basically sea cockroaches. So like, fun! Like, I mean, yeah, anyway. Awesome! I can't wait! They said the person who sent this stuff was a friend, but that means a former patron, right? Yep, friend, air quotes, even though he acts like nothing happened. Shit went down, Shion, come on. I can't believe he's taking charity from others. It's not like he's poor or something. Oh, he's not taking charity, he's taking gifts. It's different. And where is the oh-so-important Shion? He went out into the courtyard. He didn't seem interested in all this great stuff. He's so used to getting this kind of stuff that he wasn't even a little bit surprised. Used to it, huh? I mean, like, fancy beef, sure, okay. Rich people food, sure. It's worth a shot. I'll try that. But, like, I'm gonna have this horse sashimi. What? Oh, no. I don't know. Like, again, unless it's just not, because that's a translation error, or it's not, you know. But my mind goes to, oh my god, no, poor horsey, don't. Anyway, I went out to the courtyard and easily found Shion. I mean, some people think we're weird for eating cows, so guess it's the same thing. He was crouched down in front of a thicket of rose bushes, idly admiring the flowers. Shion? Oh, Spacey, welcome home. I lost track of time. I didn't realize you would come home. Sorry I didn't come greet you. That's okay. It looks like someone sent you a very generous gift, huh? Oh, that? He glanced over toward the living room. Everyone was still in there, making a big deal about the food. Yeah, I feel like they're sending it to him. It's not just like, oh, hey, yeah, I knew it's like your birthday coming up or some shit. It's more like the guy that kidnapped him. You'll be mine. This one's like, I'll send you all these fancy gifts. Won't you come back? Excuse me. Hands off my husband. The fuck, bitch? Or, sir? You're still a bitch. Trying to take my man. Just saying. There's quite a lot, so we should all share it. He's smiling. Looks like Shion wasn't particularly concerned about the gift either, just like the other suitors. I couldn't help but feel irritated about it. Is the sender someone you know from before? That's right. He's one of my friends. He contacted me the other day and asked where I was staying. I guess I know why now. I see. What's wrong? Nothing. Your face says otherwise. You know you can tell me if something's bothering you. I hesitated, but figured it was a good opportunity to speak my mind. When you say friend, you mean someone who used to support your lifestyle, right? Yes, why? He admits to it so openly. It seems like you've been with many people like that before, but you haven't cut ties with them? Cut ties? What I'm trying to say is, are you still in touch with your patronish people? Patronish people? Sounds... Patronish, is that like a religion? Like Amish or something? Like Amish isn't a religion, that's a thing. I don't know what it is, but you know what I mean. Like, you're like patronish, my Catholic people, my Amish people, my like whatever your patronish people, like. I mean, I guess it's a lifestyle choice, so I mean, I guess maybe, because like, but. I think you might have the wrong idea, Spacey. I do? They're just my friends, okay? I haven't had a fight with them or anything, so wouldn't it be weird if I totally cut them off? You wouldn't break up with your friends just because you can't be around them anymore, right? It's the same thing. Yeah, my friends weren't, like, paying me to basically, like, be arm candy, though. I mean... And if my friends were paying me to be arm candy... Alright, cool. I'm pretty sure somebody that I was trying to marry would be like, I just don't think your friend should still be paying you! You know? It is a weird situation, because they're not just your friends, Shion. They're basically your Johns. Even if nothing sexual happened, which I'm just like, okay, I don't know what universe you live in, because that sounds like a nice one, where you're just like, stand there, be pretty, and people basically pay you for it. Awesome! You know, and don't expect anything out of you, aside from looking pretty. But I'm just saying, you know, I can understand why your future fiance over here is like, that's a little awkward. Especially because, like, they're still giving you gifts. It's kind of different. You call them friends, but... But they help me financially, you mean? Yes. You see, that's where you're mistaken. I only ever built relationships where both parties can be equal. I've always been like that, then and now. I am curious to see, because I feel like they give you this, like, oh, he's basically there, and, like, his kind of brief explanation, you're like, really? But I feel like his route's going to be like, here's how it really actually worked, and it's going to kind of, like, explain it a little more, so you kind of open up more, than it's just like, then just, you're just a trophy boyfriend. You know what I mean? I mean, he already said, like, they get companionship, and he does whatever they want, and they basically furnish his lifestyle. Like, but it does seem a little, you're like, there's gotta be more. I'm gonna need you to, like, you know, that little bit of it, you're still like, I'm still questioning it, right? There's still a question mark there. So you need to, like, erase that question mark for us, Shion, you know? Plus, also seeing our side where that's a little awkward. Like, it's okay. Ichio wants me to wear perfume that he picked out. Yeah, do you see? Like, that's a little less weird than, like, people still sending you lavish gifts. You know? I'm just saying. You might say it's equal, but what's the point of a one-sided relationship where you're receiving help? That's why I give back what I can. I think about it like a return on their investment. We've talked about this before, right? Yeah. I remembered him saying something like that back when he got kidnapped. The way I give back depends on who I'm with. Some of them are content just to stare at me. Some like to dress me up. Others like to chat. And some of them... Don't answer that. They got something out of having me around that they couldn't get anywhere else. Isn't that enough? That's basically a relationship. Maybe non-sexual, in the ones that you're describing, but that's a relationship. A weird one. Definitely a weird one. But still, hey, for some people that sounds better than like, oh my god, what? You know what I mean? Like, there's always a balance in any given relationship, just because it doesn't fit your standard box. But, that's still a flawed way of looking at it. He can rationalize it all he wants, but at the end of the day, he's still living off charity. I mean, it's because you're thinking that he's not putting in as much, but like, I don't know, somebody always being like, okay, yeah, no, I bought you that nice thing. Snap, snap, we're going to dinner. Wear what I want. It's a little weird. But if that's the life, he's like, nah, cool, whatever. You're just jealous, girl. Because, like, man, it'd be so much nicer to not have to do anything but look pretty and someone just pay me for it. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know. I'd be okay. But then it's like, oh, but you want me to, like, dress up and go to dinner and, like, I think we've had this conversation before. You want me to go to dinner and be, like, chatty with people and charming? Yeah, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, we all get paid to do jobs, and Shion's job was just to look fucking pretty on people's arms. Or let them stare at him or dress him up, and, like, I think you think of it and you're like, it feels like you're cheapening yourself, though, Shion. But if he's happy in that life, I mean, it might seem odd, but it makes him happy. So, I got a drink because my throat's dry. But, at least to me, that doesn't seem like a quality. You look unconvinced. It's okay. Everyone has their own values. But I believe that something's worth is not determined solely by money. True. My friends think the same. That's why our relationships work. Shion wasn't the slightest bit ashamed saying this. It was like he was proud of himself. And like, why should he be ashamed, honestly? I mean, that's like saying a sex worker should be ashamed for taking money for sex. Like, if that's the job that they want to do and they're happy with their lives and their decision, that's on them, not you. You know what I mean? Like, just because, like, I couldn't personally put myself in that position, I'd be like, oh, God, no. Doesn't mean that somebody else doing it is, like, less than me. They're probably making a fuck ton more. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Or, like, strippers. We can joke all we want. Oh, I gotta support the single moms. But, like, strippers make a fuck ton of money, okay? Like, seriously? I'm like, poles are not easy. Like, that's why there's freaking pole dancing exercise. That's work, man. My ass couldn't handle that. Jesus, right? The thigh power that you have to, like, hold yourself up on a fucking pole with just your thighs? Hello? What the hell? That's talent. I'm just saying. But, like, there's other things you look at like, oh my god, my son plays football in high school. Okay. That's only gonna last so long. Why are we paying people that fucking throw a ball around so much money? But, like, a stripper on a pole is, like, whore. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just have a weird, fucked up view of, like, what jobs mean something and what jobs don't. Or, like, in this case, thinking that Shion's devaluing himself. But, like, and maybe you could do other things, and maybe you living this life is you devaluing yourself. But there's gonna be people who live this life who are like, nah, man, I contribute a lot to these people. It really just depends on their individual perspective on what is valuable to them, not your perspective on what's valuable for them. You know what I mean? So we're over here like, Shion, it's not fair that you're just taking all this money from them and you're just sitting there looking pretty. It's because we're jealous that we're not getting that. You know what I mean? Like, hi, I'm a little jealous of that life. I'm also a little jealous of her life. You just got to be a rich heir. I mean, you have to have kids, though, so, like, ew. Yeah, I don't want that either. But you know what I mean? Like, and maybe Shion's whole path is going to be like, you're right, I deserve better. But it's like, just, if you're happy in your life, it's not anybody else's place to say that you could do. I mean, everybody could do better. We could all do better some way. But, like, just because where we are, we could do better, but we could also do worse. You know what I mean? Like, if you're happy where you are, it's totally fine to stay there. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know. But, you know, the whole point with Shiana is like, so you just look pretty and people pay you? Whore. And him being like, whatever about it. Like, we have to have this misjudgment, just like with Nayuta. Wow, you're really just an idiot, aren't you? Yeah. And you're just so trusting and naive. But, like, you know, nothing wrong with being very trusting. I got him in a lot of trouble, but you know what I mean. Somebody's got to trust somebody. I guess it takes all kinds, yeah. If he and his patrons both understood and were self-sufficient, right? But what about you? I understand that your patrons find some value in you, but what about you? Why did you choose to be with them? Oh, fancy fucking dinners and nice clothes.
Well, it depended on the partner. To put it simply, some people were fun to be with, though there were times when I was pretty much forced to do something.
And see, that's just gonna be like, and it's like, yeah, but that could be uncomfortable, and that's why you leave those situations, as long as you have the power to do that.
That's where it's a slippery slope. But probably the most important consideration is, how much does the person need me? Will they find value in me? That basically.
Although now this is almost like getting a little bit into his psyche, like, do they need me? Do they value me? Shion, are you just selling yourself like this to people because there's like, yeah, I just want them to need me. I need somebody to need me. Do you need me? Okay, you can pay me to need me. Like, well, that could be bad. I'm not saying his lifestyle is bad, but depending on your reasons for doing it, could be, you know. Come to think of it, he said the same thing to me. It was back when we had just met. I asked him in the interview why he was here. That's going to be our thing that we get in, like, to Shion and be like, Shion, you are needed on your own for you and not because, like, just because you're beautiful. You know what I mean? You, the person inside. What? That's a shocking revelation.
I'm not here because I wanted to marry into the family. I just wanted to meet you, Spacey. I thought that perhaps you might require my presence.
You know what I mean? And then he's still like, you know, you need someone pretty on your arm. No, Shion, I need you to be you. That I might require him. That's what he had said to me. But why did Shion think that? I don't have any reason to need him. Or I shouldn't have any.
Spacey, do you think I'm after your money?
Well, I don't see why else you'd be here.
Don't be so harsh. When you say that, it's like you're saying you have no worth except for your title and your inheritance.
I mean, most people only see that. That's the sad part. You could absolutely have a fuck ton of worth beyond that. That could actually be the garbage, but that's what people see, is your title and your money, which is sad. Shion hit the nail on the head. What else do I have anyway? I'm a Tojo. I've had the best education and I know how to behave in accordance with that. But if I were asked if that's the real me, I wouldn't be able to answer. And that's the sad part. You're just a teenager. You don't know what the real you is fully yet, you know? You're still going to figure that out as you go. Fuck, on your deathbed, you're going to be like, oh shit, I just realized some stuff. Too late. You know what I mean? Like, life is just figuring yourself out and shit out as you go. Like, man, nobody has their shit together. Nobody. They have their stuff. Oh my god, that person is so put together. Full of shit. Full of shit. They're a goddamn fucking mess. Okay, we're all fucking messes. We would just be better off as society if we just admitted. Instead of being like, no, oh my god, I'm totally put together. My life is amazing. Your life is trash, Susan. Oh my god. The more the people post on Facebook or like any social media about how great and wonderful the life are, the bigger fucking mess it is behind the scenes, okay? Like, that's all just bullshit. We are all a fucking mess. Everybody has self-confidence issues. Everybody's got a little bit, like, it's just human nature to be like, I'm happy today, and tomorrow I'm just gonna be a fucking wreck. The world is a shitty place, man. Nobody's perfect all the time.
Why are you so insecure? I think you're the most amazing girl I've ever met.
I feel like you would say that to anybody, so I'm not sure I trust it yet. You don't need to force yourself to praise me.
Do you think I'm trying to flatter you? I've spent a great deal of time with many prominent people in my life so far. And I think the only person who can give me what I want is you, Spacey. And that's why I'm still here.
What do you want?
And that's my secret for now. I'll tell you whenever you end up choosing me.
Way to evade the question. But we didn't have that kind of relationship where I could press him further about it. He isn't my real groom yet, after all.
It's getting a little chilly, though. Let's get back inside.
Okay.
I wonder what kind of dishes Ichio will cook up for us. I'm actually excited about it.
Shion took my hand as if it were the most natural thing to do. As we walked back, I recalled what he said to me earlier. What Shion wants. Something only I can give him. True love. But no matter how hard I thought about it, nothing came to mind. Nothing at all. Although it's weird for him to be thinking. I mean, like, yes, after knowing us for the time, but, like, coming here specifically for that intent is weird, because, you know what I mean? I came here so you would love me. You don't know that I would, though. And you don't know that you even like me. Now, after knowing him for a little while, and him knowing us, sure, maybe you'd feel that way. But, like, that's the only thing I think we could offer you that those rich bastards can't. You know what I mean? Challenge you to be your real self, not expecting you just to be pretty arm candy, maybe, but, like, you know, real love, you know? I'm assuming we go to a conscientious rose. Gasp! I was right. What's the best way to soothe a thorny, weary heart? Shion observes me closely and learns. I'm assuming this is Shion because we're in his room, and yeah.
That evening I sat on my bed and tended to my terrariums. You all seem to be doing well, so I'll only do a little maintenance today. Maybe I'll put in another little guy. Fortunately, there's plenty of room in here.
Is that my phone?
I quickly looked at my phone and saw one of my friends' names pop up.
My friends' names pop up. Wow.
It's Mame.
Is it supposed to be Mamie or Mame? Just Mame. I'm assuming a Mame. Or Mame. It's probably Mame. Yeah. Me reading it, it's like freaking white people. Like Auntie Mame, you know what I mean? I'm sure it's Mame because it's Japanese, right? Duh. Okay.
He still contacted me regularly like this, even though we had stopped living together. I'm sure that's why he was calling today, too. Hey, it's been a while, huh? How are you? You haven't changed a bit. It's still the same as when I lived with you. Huh? Oh, come on, that's such a bad joke. I'm sorry, but I've got to go take care of something right now. Huh? Oh, no, it's...
Okay, well, I have no idea what just happened. I just looked over and the whole thing went black again. And the last time, it's been a while since we've had this problem, and when we did, it was because, like, my capture card software, graphics card, everything needed updates. But I just updated my graphics card and all my shit, like, 2 days ago, and they don't need an update. This claims it doesn't need an update, so I have no idea what the fuck just happened and why this just decided to fucking black screen and shit the bed on me. Like, I don't fucking know, but I'm getting really fucking annoyed with this thing where it just, and then the sound gets fucked up, then something, and it's like, oh my god, like, I don't know. There's no other fucking way to manage to capture this. Actually, I could probably set it up through my other recording software, and maybe I need to try to force it to do that. But I think I need to still use my capture card, and if the capture card is the problem and not the software, then, like, that doesn't help. You know what I mean? I don't know, but anyway, so we were reading this line, the huh?
Oh, no, it's fine.
And then it ended, so there you go.
Oh, sure. If that's the case, then something tasty would be nice. There are a lot of us here, so we can all share. Thank you. I can't wait. All right, talk to you later. It was a short conversation, but I could tell he was worried about me. I appreciated that. It was the same with all my former patrons, not just him. But I've got to take care of something, huh? I had made a rule to prioritize my current partner at any given moment. I'd never ended a relationship with any of them before. It was my way of showing my commitment to them. I'm sure they all think I have a new patron, and that's why I haven't been social lately. But that's not the reason. Spacey's not like anyone else I've met before. Or at least, everyone else I've met has looked at me completely differently up till now. We don't have the kind of vague relationship where we just break it off if something happened. Who's here? Just a sec. I'll be right there.
Do you have a moment?
I opened the door and saw Spacey standing there. I smiled at the serendipity of having the exact person I wanted to see appear at my door. Of course, come in.
Thanks.
She seems tense. I wonder if she's nervous. I left the door open slightly. I didn't want her to be overly on guard for no reason. It was a small detail, but an important one.
Consider it.
So, what's up?
I wanted to ask about this.
Spacey then nervously handed me the small bottle in her hands. It was the terrarium that we made together before.
Could you tell me how to take care of it? This airplane in particular, I think it's been wilting since we put it in together. Oh, since we put it together, sorry.
You're right. It's not looking too good.
Is it already too late? Will it just wither and die?
No, don't worry. All it needs is a little care and it'll be back to normal in no time.
Really?
I think it just needs a little more water. In cases like this, it's best to soak them in a bowl full of water. I took the terrarium from Spacey and got to work preparing everything. And then I carefully extracted the airplane and submerged it in water. We'll need to leave it like this for about 4 to 6 hours. It'll be fine in the morning, so I'll come get you then.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'm just glad I could make her happy. You really care about it, don't you? Did I turn you into a terrarium lover?
I guess, yeah. It's something I made myself after all.
Well then, should we make another?
No, that's all right. I'd like to focus all my energy on taking care of this one first. Let's rain check on making a new one, okay?
I really like that about Spacey. I couldn't help but think that as she gazed lovingly at the terrarium. She's conscientious, so once she cherishes something, she takes thorough care of it. She was the kind of girl who didn't have too many things she valued, and therefore poured a lot of love and affection into a select few.
Into a select few select things? Good job, Tim. Why are you laughing?
Nothing. I was just thinking of how I'm jealous of that little guy. I'd like you to take care of me like that, too. After I said that, Spacey glared at me with an unamused look on her face. Oh, and maybe I gave her the wrong idea. Well, why bother correcting it? Is something the matter? Did I say something wrong?
And that's the thing, I want you to take care of me like that. She's like, I don't want to take care, but you know what I mean? Like, his phrasing is wrong, but it's like the way you take care of and love something, that's what he wants. But in her mind, it's like, oh, take care of you, like what? Like buy you nice shit and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same thing. Plus, even saying that, like, I want you to love me like that would be like, awkward! She would have glared at you for that too, but, you know. No, it's fine.
Spacey turned abruptly and swiftly walked to the door.
Thank you for all your help. See you tomorrow.
Good night. She left my room in a flash. I guess she ran off. But Spacey then cracked the door a moment later and looked at me. I didn't expect her to still be there, so it startled me.
So, can I come to you if I have other questions?
Spacey always looked a little frustrated in these situations. I guess she was embarrassed to ask others for help or scared of rejection or something like that. But that's okay. It's cute. Of course, anytime. I'd spend every day together if we could, just the two of us.
Ugh, don't go all Ichia on me.
Spacey looked a bit more relieved and quickly closed the door. She's so cute. Yeah, I still want to be hers after all. I'm not looking for rules. I'm looking at what Spacey likes.
I don't have a problem with all that, though. First impressions are important after all. Plus, I think the clothes he picks out suit me.
Imagine how sad it would have been to pop on your... Oh, imagine how sad it would have been to pop your head in the living room and not see anyone.
I think I would have managed.
You sure? You seem the lonely kind. You seem like the lonely kind, from what I've seen at least.
I like to spend time alone. Ever since I came to this house, I haven't been able to rest at all.
Spacey's kind of like a rose. She attracts everyone with her radiance, but her sharp thorns keep those who would approach at bay. And she only lets her guard down for a few select people. She was wary of us in the beginning as well, and it clearly showed in her behavior. But lately, she seems to have changed a lot. Probably because of the guys and I. We've been quite a handful, so she's become less reserved. I think that's a very good thing for her. But I didn't come here to make friends. Whatever it takes for Spacey to choose me, I knew what I had to do.
Sounds a little shady, doesn't it? Sus! Spacey, you're as lovely as always today. You emanate the purity and sweetness of a fairy born from the morning dew. God, I love him so much! This shit is ridiculous! Everything that comes out of your mouth is bananas. I love it. Each time you grace me with your ethereal beauty, my heart begins to beat with the rhythm of love. I don't know how we're going to get through his route. It's going to take twice as long because I'm going to be laughing every time he opens his motherfucking mouth.
He's having the opposite effect of what he intended. He really can't seem to get on the same wavelength.
Therefore,
Hey, Ichia, that's enough for now. The food's getting cold, you know.
Oh, that's true. It's best she eat it while it's still hot. Like the love in my heart for you. I threw that in there because you know that's what he's thinking anyway. Phew. I cannot wait for Ichia's round. Oh my god, it's going to be so fucking hilarious. That's why I'm saying you take everything too damn seriously all the time, babe. You gotta lighten up a bit, you know what I'm saying? What are you saying? Trying to say that it's hard enough going to school and dealing with being a Tojo or whatever. You ain't gotta take on more responsibilities. Those teachers keep giving you more crap to deal with. But I am a Tojo, so it only makes sense for me to do it, right? Nah, that's not what I mean. You gotta manage your time better. You gotta know your limits. It ain't like you're some naive new employee who can't hack it. Excuse me? You can just mind your own business. I mean, he does have a point. You know what I mean? Like, you need to know your limits.
What Taiga means to say is usually spot on, but the way he says it is all wrong. You know, Taiga, picking on a girl you like never works.
Ah, who asked you? I like the fact that, like, he's just sitting there silently and then just throwing in this little thing that chases them off or gets them to shut up. He's, like, fucking wingmanning us. Awesome.
Hey, Spacey, what are you up to?
I'm looking at the flowers.
Cool! Would you like some tea, too?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, and you need some snacks to go with it. And I think we have cookies and chocolate. Which would you like? Maybe you want both. I'll get both.
Again, I ad-libbed a little. It's fine.
I don't think Spacey has the energy to deal with this right now.
Whoever has the energy to deal with Nayuta? I love him to death, but, like, good God. Simmer down.
So what? Hey, Nayuta, I'm parched. Can you bring me some sparkling water?
I'm on it. And then she's over there like, God, Shion, you just keep butting in and not realizing what he's doing. I hope she realizes what he's doing. Thank you. Okay, good. We're smart.
Don't mention it. It was nothing.
Good for us for catching on to that instead of being like, God, Shion, why do you just... Oh, you were helping us. Cool.
And so, after backing Spacey up several times, we finally had some time alone.
Nope, they don't work. They don't look good on me.
And that's not true. You look cute.
I'm telling you, they don't suit me. They're so girly.
She was complaining about the nail tips I had made. They were a muted red that fit her style.
So pink? A muted red. Are those like burgundy or pink? I'm just saying.
But I didn't want them to be too mature, so I added a ribbon accent to give a feeling of cuteness.
Look, if they don't work, they don't work. They just don't fit with who I am.
Well, regardless of whether they suit you or not, do you think they're cute?
Well, yeah.
Okay, I see what's going on here. You know, Spacey, this design isn't as cutesy as you say it is.
The ribbons, though.
I look closely. The base color is a muted red, right? When you look at them as a whole, they have a mature vibe.
But
It's important to wear what looks good on you, but it'd be a shame to give up the things you like. It's best if you can balance those two things.
well, I'm just not into them.
So you hate them?
I didn't say that.
She couldn't say how she honestly felt out loud, but she also couldn't lie about her feelings. So Spacey kept beating around the bush. If that's the case, I made these especially for you, Spacey. It'd make me happy if you wore them just once. But if you don't want them, I'll pitch them.
I mean, I never said I didn't want them.
Okay, good. And let me know when you want to apply them. I can do it for you. I pressed on with a smile and Spacey became silent with a conflicted expression. I guess she can't really refuse now. From my perspective, it was adorable.
A little conniving, right? But, Okay, I'll ask you to do them at some point. Could I...
Yes?
Could I look at them again?
Sure. I held the nail tips out and Spacey observed them closely. Her eyes are sparkling. I'm happy she seems to like them. I want to see Spacey like this more often, and I really want to be the one to make her happy. So, what would you like for next time?
What?
If I make them again for you, I want you to like them and wear them, just like now, and I wouldn't mind a challenge.
Oh, you don't have to...
What color do you want?
Maybe something a little lighter.
Like a pastel? So you like those kind of colors?
No, it's just, since you made red ones this time, I figured it'd be better to go with a totally different color. I thought it'd be easier for you.
Thank you for thinking about me. But actually, I bet that kind of color would look good on you, Spacey.
Really?
I'm sure it will. How about for the accent? I'd like to add something similar to the ribbons.
What kinds of things can you do?
I have quite the variety. Gemstones, flowers. I also have metallics and lace patterns. Does any of that interest you?
All of it! Lacy, glittery flowers! The lace.
Okay, sounds good.
I mean, if I had to pick.
Don't worry, I understand. Although she was hesitant at first, Spacey gradually began telling me what she wanted. It made me so happy that I couldn't help but smile. Well, it looks like you're having fun in here. Spacey's expression tensed up in embarrassment at the sight of Jeeves. Are those nail tips?
Yes, Shion made them for me.
They're awfully cute, aren't they? They're a bit different from your usual taste, though, Miss Spacey.
Whoa! She's over, freaking Shion's like, you like the cutesy kind of stuff, don't you? She's like, what? No! Kasuga tells me what I like. And then Kasuga's like, you don't like that, do you? Kasuga, you're making yourself look bad here. Don't worry. I'm only gonna wear them in my own private time.
Yes, well, that would be wise. They may suit you, but they're not appropriate for when you're out in public. Jeeves then left the room, and that was all he had to say.
Right now, it's like, we're Shion, but it's like, Kasuga, you really just made yourself look bad. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't wear that shit out in public. Kasuga, you sound a little controlling, and it concerns me, but I'm just going to ignore. I'm colorblind now. I can't see all those red flags, Kasuga. What color would red look like if I were colorblind? Green? I don't know. I'm not. Shh. I mean, I'm absolutely colorblind, and red doesn't look red, so those flags are whatever fucking color. That's not red. What is it?
Nothing, really. I was just thinking that you seem to worry a lot about what Jeeves says.
Right, because I want Kasuga to love me. I mean, what? That's because Kasuga's special. Yeah, right? Exactly! The whole game summed up! Kasuga is special! Yeah, the game's not going to make him the kind of special that I feel like he is, which is sad. He's overprotective, nagging, and even incredibly rude at times, but if he had glasses, he would 100% be everything I need. He's like 99%. He probably wears glasses in his spare time. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't know, but I'm just going to pretend. You know what I mean? As a butler, I mean, I'm sorry, but glasses on a butler would be even hotter. The whole butler uniform thing with glasses. That's why they couldn't give Kasuga glasses. It would be fucking kryptonite. Kasuga's already kind of borderline, almost my kryptonite. He's up there, so I'm just saying, if you put glasses on him, there's no fucking way I would have been like, no, we're done. Can't play this game. Skipping through everything till Kasuga shows up. It would not have been a good time. Just saying. Would have been a good time for anybody who loves Kasuga, but not if you actually wanted to see this game get played. This is a really hard time for me right now because we're playing 2 games and I'm going to sit here and fawn over Kasuga every single second he's on screen. And then we go to our other games and I fawn over Tomomori. I'm just saying. And by difficult time, I mean it's the greatest moment of my life. Because on one hand, we can fawn over Kasuga. And on the other hand, we get to fawn over a Jun Fukuyama character. I love it. So good to be watching Otome games or playing them right now. If only this was all I had to do in my life. And I didn't have to, like, go to work and human or adult or anything. I just want to live here. This is great. Anyway. He's always right. Which is also a obnoxious thing about him. But again, we love him.
And then we'll have to experiment with fashion in a way that doesn't upset him, right?
A little bit should be okay.
It's just as I thought. I can't converse with Spacey normally when Jeeves is around. We're not quite there yet. I gave Spacey a smile as I thought about this.
It's kind of funny that, like, all of a sudden in Shion's route, they're like, Kasuga is overly controlling. Maybe it wasn't like that, technically, in Nayuta's route, because Nayuta was just supposed to be the butler's donate, but... Kasuga. You know what I mean? Because, like, with Nayuta, we're like, oh, Nayuta, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, he's just supposed to be your bodyguard. Whatevs, not a big deal. You know what I mean? And then it turned into, like, we're in love with Nayuta. And it was just like, okay, but now, all of a sudden, Shion's a real, like, candidate, right? And, like, so you've got Kasuga like, don't you try to fucking dress her, that's my fucking job. And, like, I mean, on one hand, it's nice that your butler is there to protect you and, like, make sure that this potential fucking husband steps in motherfucking line. Because you know what I mean? He's like, I have crafted her into the perfect Tojo heir. Which, again, I mean, that's a little suspicious, but okay. You know, it's my job to make sure she's the perfect lady. You're not going to fuck up my hard work. But again, at the same time, Kasuga, I'm a human. You shut up! Okay, whatever you say, Kasuga. I just really look. Are you looking? Because look. I just know somewhere in my heart the game is not going to let me date Kasuga, and it's going to be something that probably makes me cry, and not just like the game is being a dick. It's not going to be like, oh, no Kasuga route, where you're like, maybe there'll be a fan disc and I can date Kasuga. Okay? But, like, it's going to be like, Kasuga's actually your twin brother! And it's going to be like, I mean, look, on one hand, game, you're going to do that to me, and I'm going to be like, why would you do that? And on the other hand, I'm going to be like, I don't actually give a shit, game. I've already prepared myself for this in another game we're playing right now. And there's plenty of games in historical settings where we marry our cousins. As much as that is fucked up, I am learning how to handle that. Okay? It's weird. Slightly creepy. Oh, cousin. Cousin. Hi, cousin. Okay, stop calling him cousin. Please. Don't call him your brother. But, like, it's not like we're, like, calling freaking Kasuga our brother. It's fine. It's fine. I'll get over it. Okay? I will take the trauma, stuff it down, get a therapist to deal with it, and happily date my brother if Kasuga is my brother. I'm just throwing that out there, okay? So, like, I'm well aware that the game is going to do something to me that kind of, like, is, like, new. And I'm well aware that me reading into it and being like, Kasuga is in love with us. Like, we are in love with Kasuga, he is in love with us, he's the perfect husband, is, like, the game's going to be like, but no. You know what I mean? But like, I'm just gonna keep reading into it because it makes me happy. Okay. So when the truth comes out at the end, and I'm like, oh, we've played these games before where I was like, look, I know what's happening with this character before we even get there. I know what the game is doing, but I don't care. I'm gonna make the inappropriate comments, and then later I'm gonna be like, yeah, I knew the game was doing that, and it's weird. But like, again, he's her brother or cousin or uncle or father or whatever the fuck it is, not mine. So that's how I get around it. Okay. So like, I will self-insert and be like, yay, we're in until moments like this where I'm like, I'm gonna take a step back. He's her brother, not mine. I don't know I really don't know what Kasuga's secret is. I don't want to know because it's more fun. Like, there's a part of me that really, really, really motherfucking wants to spoil myself and find out. But like, there's another part of me that's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it, because the absolute reaction, that moment where we find out that Kasuga is like XYZ or why we can't marry him, is just going to be goddamn gold for you. So I'm doing this for you. Plus, all of the lead up of me, especially for those of you who know and are hearing me like, I love Kasuga, gonna marry him, oh my god, and you're like, just wait. That's all I'm saying. So don't even say anything in the comments. Don't be like, oh my god, when you find out Kasuga's secret, don't even. Just sit back quietly and laugh at me, okay? I'm just saying. But yeah, I don't even care. I don't care. Whatever you try to throw at me, game, I highly doubt there is anything at this point that you could throw at me in Kasuga to be like, oh, this is why you're not supposed to be in love with him. It doesn't matter. I will not fucking change my mind. I've fallen in love with the MC's father. I've fallen in love with the MC's cousins. Fallen in love with the MC's brothers. I don't even care, okay? At this point, I am at the point where I'm like, we have done so much degenerate shit that nothing phases me anymore, except for really big age differences when we're like 18 and they're like 40. That's fucking weird. That's creepy. Can't quite get past that. It's like, stop. But you want me to date my brother? All right, whatever. It's weird. It's a little gross. But I will take one for the team. It's because we've dated cousins, you know? Like, I'm sorry, that's like a mild spoiler for like Nightshade, but like, you already, going in right away, they're like cousin, and you're like real cousin? Like, we just call him a cousin. No, he's our blood cousin. Oh, okay. We're gonna do him. Oh, why are you my favorite character? Fuck. I'm just saying, okay? That the debauchery and the degeneracy that these games have brought out, can we go back to the first game we ever played where I was like, fuck you, I'm not getting in a cage, you son of a bitch. And now I'm like, did you have a cage? Did you want me to? Okay, sure, I'll climb in. Whatever. You're my brother? All right. Whatevs. It was a fast fucking descent into just this. But good times. Anyway, I feel bad for people who start Otome games like right off the bat. Like, don't have no idea. Like, me. How many years ago did we start? How many years ago? And I was like, oh, okay, these are not, what are we doing? What is happening? Yeah, you don't see it coming. And then eventually you get so used to it, you're like, oh yeah, he's my brother, cousin, uncle, dad, who has been a dog for the past 30 years that I've taken care of, and now he's a human, and I'm going to date him. All right, whatever. Sure, makes sense. I got it. No, it's cool. Anyway. The butler's domain. Kasuga warns Shion about his recent behavior. Shion's response is, ugh, more Kasuga. Why does everyone always want to hang out and drink? That's really not my scene. I left the living room before I got too involved and quickly headed upstairs to go to my room. I'm assuming this is the one we're supposed to finish next because there was no other choice, right? Yeah, okay. And since we're Shion, probably? Yeah, no choices. Okay. Cheated there. Just a moment, Mr. Miyazumi. Huh? Did you come up here after me? Oh, are we getting this kind of love twist? I'm okay with this. Yes, I wanted to speak with you about something. Ooh! Shion's gonna get a talking to by Kasuga. I'm here for this. All right. Let's go in my room. Close the door and lock it. And then kiss. Did you really expect it wasn't going to get there at some point in my brain? It was already there. It's been here permanently.
I plastered a smile on my face, but stayed on guard. If Spacey trusts Kasuga, or Jeeves as I like to call him, the most.
As we should. I love him the most too, no offense.
But he's always bothered me.
Interesting. I'm kind of okay. Like, it's funny because Shion being like, I don't trust him. It's like, how dare you? You're probably onto something though. Like, you know he is. You're like, no, I mean, a lot of things about Kasuga are kind of sus, but like, I'm here for it, obviously. And yeah, it doesn't really matter. I fell in love with him the second he showed up on the screen, so of course, doesn't matter how many motherfucking red flags he's flying. Again, I am colorblind, and they look whatever is opposite of red in colorblind people. So, okay, it's fine. But he's probably not wrong. But I think it's funny that Shion's the second route. Because in like the Nayuta route, you were like, Nayuta had no clue, like whatever. And then, but this is like, oh, they're at war with each other here. This is hot. Why? And how much worse is Kasuga going to get in all the other routes? Till we get to the finale where we find out what Kasuga's really hiding. Well, especially because we saw the thing. What's my real name? What? Oh, you're like my brother for real, aren't you? I don't know, but you have a real name that's not Kasuga? Concerned. Oh my god, are you our grandfather's like bastard child? Are you like my half uncle or some shit? I don't care. Whatevs. I've dated my cousin. It's okay. In games, not for real, obviously. Come on.
I'll be direct with you. I'd appreciate it if you didn't indulge Miss Spacey any more than necessary. What's that supposed to mean? Good question. You and Miss Spacey live in different worlds. As a member of the Tojo family, Miss Spacey has always had, and will continue to have, the burden of many responsibilities. You are fundamentally different from her. You can live a carefree existence every day. I'm pretty sure she's aware. And I think that's exactly why I can help her stop and smell the roses a bit. And there are things I can do for her precisely because of who I am, right?
I feel like Kasuga's like, I will, like, he's here because he has to be here, but I kind of just feel like, are you trying to kick them into shape, or are you trying to, like, literally get them away from me? Because you know I deserve you. I'm just going with it. Shh. Just let me have my moments until the game ruins him at the end. But again, I don't care if he's my brother. I still want to marry him. I don't care. We're here. This is where we are now. This is who we are now. We're that sick motherfucker who wants to do my brother. Okay? Or whatever Kasuga is. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Whatever you put on it. Were we twins? Are we like fraternal twins? Did we share a womb? Oh, we're going to share a lot more than that, baby. I'm just saying. If he turns out to not be my brother and we get to marry him, though, I'm going to kind of be relieved. I'm not going to lie. Okay, because I'm psyching myself up so that, like, nothing will phase me. But, like, whatever I prepare myself for, the game is literally going to bitch slap me in the fucking face with something else. Anyway.
Oh, please. Do not think so highly of yourself. I know Miss Spacey better than anyone. I manage everything for her perfectly.
Which is why you're the perfect husband.
Therefore, what you're doing is unnecessary. No. What you're doing is corrupting Miss Spacey.
Kasuga's so controlling. I should hate it, but I love it.
Corrupting? Seriously? That seems like a huge exaggeration. You do realize that all I do for her is little things, right? Making terrariums with her.
Zhuzhing? Oh, zhuzhing. Oh, zhuzhing! That's zhuzhing! Zhuzhing up her hair. That's how you spell zhuzhing? You've heard the word zhuzhing, but I never I don't think I've ever seen it written out.
Zhuzhing up her hair and giving her nail tips as gifts. And despite that, you've gone out of your way to warn me off. Is it because you're scared of having your position stolen from you?
Shion, you're gonna end up dead. Stop it. This is gonna turn into a horror game. Oh, Shion, you should be scared. Shion is like, I'd peep myself a little right now.
I intentionally said that to get a rise out of Jeeves, and he narrowed his eyes and glared at me.
I mean, I don't blame you, Shion. I would say absolutely shit like that to get a rise out of Kasuga, so he glared at me like that because I'm into it.
But only for a moment. is ridiculous. Who views whom as a rival now? Don't make me laugh. Could fucking take you out in your sleep, you motherfucker. No matter whom Spacey chooses as her husband, she'll always rely on me in the end. After all, if she didn't choose you, you would probably just leave, right? I'm warning you because it'd be a great inconvenience for her to be distressed over someone of such low caliber. After listening to his drawn-out explanation, I quickly came to a decision. I'm gonna have to kill Kasuga.
Oh my god, this is like murder game. He didn't say that, but...
Sorry to break it to you, Jeeves, but I don't think I'm gonna do as you say.
Why? Look at his face! Look at Kasuga's angry, sexy face! Why can't I marry this man? The torture is so much better. Like, I hate the game for this, but I love it at the same time. I love that we have to, like, date the other characters, and then meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, no, Shion's really great. I'm really pining over Kasuga glaring at me over there in the corner, though. That's what's turning me the fuck on. I've never loved a side character like this. I don't know if I've ever loved a game character like this. I'm just saying, I think it's because I can't have him. That's like that's a good 10% of what makes him hot. If we were definitely going to date him, I'd be like, cool. But it's that 10%, it's that you can't have him. Oh, but that makes him so much hotter. That makes him like 10% hotter. You know that, right? Like, damn it. Is this how everybody who's ever loved a side character that you can't date feels? You're like, I love them. Oh, I wish we had a route. It makes me sad. Or you like, I want them so much more because I can't have them. Because I mean, like, I've loved side characters, but not this much. Not this much. Dude, there's a problem. Kasuga is like all of it. And I'm not complaining. Slightly, because I can't date him. But you know what I mean. Anyway.
Why? The reason I'm here is so I can be chosen by Spacey. If I do as you say, then I won't have any appeal, will I? And that would be a great inconvenience.
Which is exactly why Kasuga's saying this, because Kasuga knows that we picked him. And he's like, leave now. Kasuga's trying to chase away our suitors. I'm just saying. And you're trying to tell me that I can't marry this man and he's not in love with me? Come on. Come on. Come on. Stop it.
Besides, you have no right to interfere with any of this, do you?
Oh, I love Kasuga's angry face. God, I just want that everywhere in my house. I just want a framed picture of that I carry around with me so every once in a while I'm just like, oh yeah, no, I feel good now.
Saying all I had to say, I left immediately. I could feel Jeeves's obstinate gaze on me from behind, but I didn't care. I ignored him. There was no point in talking to him anymore.
Shion is like the one person who's not fazed by frickin' Kasuga. Mostly.
Ugh, it's so frustrating. Just Jeeves always shut out people like that when they get close to Spacey. I'm sure he does. But if that's the case, then he's very different from my understanding of what a butler does.
Yeah.
He's not viewing things like an average butler would.
Oh my god, Shion, are you getting to the crux of... You can't get to the crux of Kasuga and reveal it now! We've got 2 more routes!
He's definitely going to be my biggest obstacle. But I'm gonna win this. I yawned and started getting ready for bed while I pondered how annoying he was.
You're gonna win in this route, but not for real, because in my heart, Kasuga always wins. Even if I love you. Like, I love Nayuta, but I would happily trade Nayuta and send him to the motherfucking farm for Kasuga. I'm just saying. I love the fact that Shion is like, whatever, Kasuga, and just walks away and is like not scared of him at all. What the fuck? I can't get over here. A beautiful angel. Seeing how unsettled Shion has left me, Samugi invites me to an art show. There we meet a boy. Oh, okay, that's the boy. Okay. Look, there was the dude from England, and we were like, that's gonna be the antagonist for Shion, like Kojiro was for Nayuta, right? And we know Kazu's related to Ichigo. They look basically the same. And she even said that, like, you kind of remind me of someone. Never mind. And it's like, girl, you know, okay, you know. So this boy's gonna have a sprite, and he's gonna be like something to do with Shion. I don't know. Shion's main antagonist, basically. We need that. I'm just throwing that out there. So anyway, I would assume. But anyway, I think, yeah, because I had to start over, like, with the thing, I think we're at time, or a little bit over, so I'm going to stop here. If this part's a little under, or a little over, I'm sorry. I mean, we usually go a little over, but anyway. Yeah, and we'll continue here next time, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.